All right, welcome back to the Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh alongside Ron Cook. And Ron, a lot of people getting a lot of phone calls, some tweets about the Pirates. People seem to want to talk about the Pirates despite them losing 7 straight games, 12 of 13, haven't scored a run against Milwaukee. They just seem like they're just packing it in.
They're going through the motions. It's sad. Guys getting thrown out on the bases, and Hurdle's got to answer for that. It's a reflection on him, I think. Trevor Williams pitched a nice game tonight, but when you can't score a run, you're not going to win. Second and third, well, they had first and third, no outs. McCutchen strikes out, the guy's still second, and then the next 2 guys don't get the guy in. It's very hard to watch, and apparently a lot of other people feel that way because I think they had 13,000 tonight, which is like one of the smallest crowds they've ever had at PNC Park. And this was an important game for Milwaukee. They started today 2 games behind Colorado for the wild card. I think Colorado's in San Francisco. If Colorado loses tonight, the Brewers are 1 game back. And the Pirates, meanwhile, are trying to finish ahead of the Reds. When you go 6-13 against the Reds, I think they were losing the last check to St. Louis tonight. They come back and win that game, Pirates are a half a game ahead of them. They could finish last in what has been a horrible division.
Where do you go next year, Ron, with this team? I mean, you're losing attendance, you're losing fans. I mean,
ratings are down.
What are they? And if they bring back the same team, what does that say?
Well, I mean, I think they like the young pitching, but to me, you got to go out and find a third baseman unless Gung comes back, and I have no reason to think that he's going to be able to. And you need another starting pitcher, even with the young guys. But both of those things cost money. And do you have any reason to believe they're going to spend the money? I don't.
I don't think they will.
It's hard to come up with that now. You know, maybe Glass now will get it together. I mean, all the scouts love him. They have the Keller kid down there that they really like, and all the other scouts like. I mean, is Cole going to get better? Williams going to get better? I thought both those guys. I thought Williams pitched a really nice game tonight against a team that it mattered. I mean, that was a regular lineup in here. That's not like playing the Reds or the Marlins or the Braves. They're trying to get in the playoffs, so he faced their best and did a really good job. I think Braun hit a home run, and that was it.
Too many ifs for the Pirates, that's definitely for sure. And, you know, I know you said there's 13,000. It didn't look like there was even 13,000
for
the Pirates. And
very depressing.
All right, let's go out to the phone lines. Let's go out to Will in Monroeville. How you doing, Will?
Hey, gentlemen. Good evening. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to talk about the Pirates, if you don't mind.
No problem.
I have a comment and a question. Comment is, I just have never seen, this team as they look so disinterested in knowing that it's over with, just praying for it to be over with. So that's my comment. And my question is, I understand we need more pitching, maybe 1 or 2 more arms and third base for sure. But do you think we need maybe a right fielder? Because I don't trust Polanco.
Man, getting thrown out at the second end of game last night when you're down 3-0, it's just inexcusable. And I think Hurdle said that. He said it's just unacceptable. That's as much as I've ever heard him knock his players after the game. Diaz gets thrown out at third when it's 2-0, and in the 9th inning, Polanco gets thrown out at second end of game. That run means nothing. You got to keep him at second, get guys coming behind him and get it going. I thought it was awful. Just horrible fundamentals. I question Marte and Polanco's baseball intelligence because I don't think it's very good. But Diaz I haven't seen enough of. I know it's one thing to be aggressive, but you also got to be common sense too.
Is there head in the game? That's another question.
With Marte and Polanco, I don't always see that.
Speaking of Jung-Ho Gung, he did come out. There was a story today from the Korean news service that Yon Hap, and I guess the guy interviewed him spoke out for the first time about his DUI arrest today, and you'll hear that coming up in KDKA. But he said he regrets what he did, and he's trying to become a better man, and he wants to get back to playing baseball. He's hopeful something will happen with this visa issue with the United States, but who knows if something will happen there. But he's looking forward to playing in the Dominican Republic, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be back with the Pirates next year.
And they better find a third baseman. I mean, I think Neil Huntington, I have great respect for, and I think he's done overall a great job here. He had a horrible year, starting with Gung, misreading that situation to leave them really without a third baseman. They had to try to play Freeze every day, and Freeze and Hurdle both said he can't play every day anymore. So that was a black hole for them all year. Marte, that was nobody's fault but Marte's. They got to find a third baseman, no question.
Yeah, even if you can find a second baseman and move Harrison over, you're still kind of okay. I'm not really optimistic about Gunn coming back next year, but hopefully I'm wrong. All right, let's go out to the phone lines, and we're going to go out to Joe in Winburn. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good. Thanks for taking my call. I'd love to talk about the Pirates, but it's not a whole lot to talk about right now.
Yeah.
I'll wait for next year when season starts. Steeler question. First quarter, Steelers got penalized for like an illegal, I don't know if they called it illegal formation, but it was the wide receiver covered up the tight end or something to that effect. And I'm curious, what's the NFL trying to regulate with that? They're always worried about penalties and time of the game, and this penalty seems like kind of a...
That's a rule. Antonio was out of place. I think that's the guy that got the penalty. You're only allowed to put, 7 men on the line of scrimmage, and they had 8 up on the line of scrimmage. Just a careless play by Antonio.
You know, speaking of penalties, just not that one.
Penalty's a penalty.
Yeah, they've been calling the games a little bit closer. Even the guys have been talking about that.
And it's a little bit different, right?
You know,
and you know what? It's up to the players to adjust.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin has said that. It's up to the players to adjust.
A lot of penalties the Steelers have been taking the last couple games, and good thing they played the Browns.
Double digits both games.
Yeah, good thing they played the Browns.
Now, the Vikings had much more, so that helped them out. Not only neutralized it, gave them an edge, but you're not going to get that every week.
All right, back out to the phone lines. Let's go out to Chuck in the South Side. Hey, Chuck. You there? Chuck? Chuck?
See ya, Chuck.
Here we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's Chuck.
Hey, how you doing, Chuck?
You're up, Chuck.
All right. I just wanted to say, I've been a Pirate fan since I was a little kid. I'm 65 years old now. This is the first year that I haven't went to any games. And if they're not going to spend money, the ownership, to put a good team on the field, why should I spend my money, you know?
That's a choice you got to make, Chuck. I mean, you got to make. That's up to the fans. They can vote with their wallet. If you're not happy with the product, that's a fair reaction, I think.
You know, I haven't seen enough fans over the years, and they've been good. They had a really good stretch there, but I think now that's just the frustration, and they feel like they were duped.
Well, the one advantage that baseball has over hockey and other, you know, it's an outdoor game. It's still a nice night out.
Yeah.
You go to the game, whether your team wins or loses, it's outside on a nice summer night, and that's
a lot cheaper.
And a lot cheaper than the hockey game, right?
All right, Troy Ellich said the attendance tonight looked like Three Rivers circa 1985. You know, a lot of people were upset.
Oh, man.
Waynard.
That was a drug trial here.
Trevor is, Trevor was okay. This is Waynard talked about Polanco as a bust. Just play Osuna, trade Polanco for anything. So people obviously not too happy. We got to take a break. We got a couple guys on the line. We'll take your phone calls coming up next. 412-575-2600 is the number.